Hey everyone, now I'm back with you. I'm gonna show you how I'm assembling the video side of this. The entire audio side is done. I've gone through and cleaned up the audio as far as the sound from all of the bedrooms, and put some EQ and so a little bit of touch of reverb on it, and got it all ready and mastered. And so once I've taken that master audio, then I bring it over here and then pull it into the video project, and now I'm assembling all the video, and I'm going to kind of show you how that all works. Right now, if you can look over on this side is where the timeline is. Over here is my viewer. This side, this is the viewer for seeing. Right now I'm working on section 2 of Joyce's 71st, and I go over here to full screen, just so you can kind of see how this is laid out on the timeline. The way this works is in video, the highest level video clip is the one that is the most the top of the stack, so to speak. So what we're seeing over here, I've got this arranged in sections for the different instruments. And right now I'm assembling a low brass view, but all of these, even though they look like they're at the same level, are not at the same level. They're stacked. Like right now, the tuba is actually the top. So if I was to put all of these pictures together, we would see the tuba, then we would see this trombone player, Grace in this case, and then we would say Josiah, who's the bass trombone player. We'd see him, he would be the bottom of the stack because that's how it is arranged. Isaac, the tuba player, Grace, and then Josiah. And so, but you don't see that when the final video is done. It's just the way that it's arranged. And then on the bottom here, what you don't see is I'm going to unmute this, so to speak, or display it. But you can see now in the picture I just brought up the conductor, Ken Rasner. He's over, of course he is, you can't see him because he's the bottom of this stack and they're overlaid on top of the stack. Of course, when I'm going to show him, he's not going to be the bottom of the stack. It just, again, it depends on how it's arranged in the order. But he's, that clip is there from a reference standpoint only at this point because I'm just assembling. So I'm going to go ahead and turn him off. The bottom one here, the bottom blue line, that's actually the master clip of the audio that I worked on, which you saw in the other video. And if I make this a little bit bigger so that you can see it a little bit easier, you can see the audio here. Again, we're looking right here. This is pretty zoomed in. This is per frame. Each one of these little ticks here is a frame, so that's why it looks like the audio is not very big. But if I zoom it out, you can see now that the audio is for the entire clip, or the entire section that we're looking at here is there. But that's not how I typically work this. I work it so that I can just work on certain sections at a time. This, like I said, I'm working on section 2, and I don't need to see all the waveforms that are here, so I collapse it all so that it's easier for me to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and recollapse everything back to where it was, and go from there. So now what I'm doing actually is I'm using from section 1, which I've already assembled all of section 1, I'm using the same coordinate map that I used when arranging the low brass section in their when they're in the prominent role, from section 1 to section 2. So I move over to section 1, which is here, and it's this, I'm looking right here on this coordinate map. Here you can see this is the final in section 1, the way that it looked. But here I'm looking specifically right here. I just finished with Isaac. Now I'm going to move on to Gibiana. Put her on. There she goes. She's on there now. Now that she's there, you'll see she's in the real big in the screen, but now I got to paste her coordinates onto from section 1 to into the current section 2. And there she goes. Now she's in position from where she was before. So that's kind of how this works. And now it's just a matter of doing this on all of the various sections and aligning that to the music. Also from what I did with the audio. Of course, there's multiple coordinate maps with various people in position. Right now, this is just a low brass map, but there's the larger map, which includes the full ensemble. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's kind of how this works. And I hope you'll enjoy the video when it's all done too. Thanks.